Hello everyone, I am the Unity Dude, and in this tutorial I will teach you how to get the current time from the internet. Getting the correct time from the internet is really important for games where we have some sort of a time-based reward system, like a stamina system or something like daily bonuses, where the user has to wait a specific amount of time before they can claim those rewards. And if we use the device time in such scenarios, the user can just go ahead and change the time of their device to cheat the whole reward system. So let's go ahead and see how we can implement this feature in our game. Before we begin, make sure to click the subscribe button below for more useful Unity tutorials. So let's get started. I have a simple user interface already set up for this tutorial. At the bottom we have two buttons, one for getting the server time and one for getting the device time. And above these buttons, we have two labels where we will load and then display the time. And right now these buttons are going to do nothing because I haven't implemented any code for them. Let's start by creating a new script which we will call the time manager. In the time manager, import all the required libraries. We will need the system library, the regular expression library, and the networking library. After this, the first thing I prefer to do is make the time manager a singleton. This means that there will only be one time manager script in the whole game, and I can access it from any script in any scene of my game. Next, we are going to create 4 functions, 2 for the device local and UTC time, and 2 for the server local and UTC time. The return value of all these functions is going to be date time. The functions for device time are pretty straightforward. We are just going to return datetime.now and datetime.utcnow. For the server functions, we will first have to get these values from the internet before we can return them. So, from where do we get the current date time on the internet? We can get this from the worldtimeapi.org. The worldtime API provides complete detail of the current local and the current UTC time in JSON format, and from this JSON value we can extract the data we need and then use it in our code. So let's go back to our code and get these values from the worldtime API. For now, let's comment out these 2 functions so that we don't get an error. Next, at the top of your script, create a new struct for extracting the values from the JSON. I will call this struct server date time. And inside this struct, we will need 2 string variables, one for the date value and one for the time value. Make sure that the name of the string variables are exactly the same as they appear in the JSON value. Copy and paste the names of the variables to avoid any problems. Next, make a coroutine inside of which we will request the worldtime API for the current date and time. Make a web request to the worldtime API. Make sure that you are making the request to this exact link. Send the request and then wait for the response of the worldtime API. Check if there were any errors reading the data from the internet. And if we are successful, we will extract the values of date and time into our struct. We can do this by using the from_JSON function, which will automatically extract the values into our variables, given that the names of our variables are exactly the same as that in the JSON script. Next, we need to parse these string values and convert them in the Unity datetime format. For this, we will need to create a new function which I will call parse_to_datetime. The return type of this function will be datetime, and it will take a string parameter. Inside this function, we are going to use regular expressions to convert the string to date and then to time. Match the pattern for the date, which is 4 digits, -2 digits, -2 digits. And for time, we are going to use the same pattern, but this time all values are 2 digits separated by a colon instead of a dash. Now we can pass to Unity datetime format using these 2 values. Next, we need to save the values we got from parsing our local and UTC datetime. For this, create 2 new variables in your script, and then save these values inside the new variables. Make sure that you are calling this coroutine in the start function. And now let's uncomment those two functions we created earlier and make them return the required values. The values we want to return in these functions are the two variables we just created. Since these values are loaded in the start function, they will give us the time when the game started. To get the current time, we will need to add the seconds since the game has started. You can do this by adding real time since startup. And our time manager script is now ready. Let's add a debug function after the time is loaded to display it in the console. Back to Unity, add the time manager script to the scene. And let's run the script to test if everything is working just as we want it to. We are getting an error, so let's quickly see what we did wrong. And as we can see, instead of using colon, I used dashes in between the time. Let's quickly fix that and go back to Unity. Run the project again, and perfect. The time manager script has successfully extracted the local and the UTC time. Next, let's quickly create a script for our two buttons. I will place this script on the menu root. And inside the script, we are going to need the reference for the two labels, where we are going to display the device and the server date time. Create the onClick functions for the buttons. And inside these functions, we will display the different date time values by calling one of the four functions we created. And the last thing you want to do here is check if the value of the date time is loaded before we display it. For this, simply create a boolean in your time manager script, which will be false by default. And once we have successfully loaded this value from the server, set this boolean to true. And now in our button click function, we can simply check if the server time is loaded. If it is not, we can display an error message. Back to Unity, assign the labels to the script, and then assign the functions to the buttons. And we are all done. Let's test our code. Perfect. As we can see, both the server and the device time are perfectly displayed. Let's change the device time to see how our script behaves. And there we go. The user can now change the device time, but the time we got from the internet will always be accurate. And that's it for how to get the correct current time from the internet and prevent cheating in your game. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe.